One day when a court was held, Badshah Shah Jahan seemed to be very happy. That day he gave a pan or a betel leaf to one of his noblemen, Nazar Khan. It was considered to be a great sign of favor of Badshah when he gives a betel leaf to a courtman. But Nazar Khan was not so lucky. He died within hours of eating that betel leaf because Nazar Khan was having a secret relationship with Shah Jahan's daughter, Jahanara. Jahanara is considered to be one of the most intelligent, witty, powerful and richest princes of Mughal era. Jahanara also loved Nazar Khan, but it was of no use. She died in 1681 when she was 67 years of old. She died unmarried. Some people might think that maybe Jahanara was unlucky, so she wasn't given a chance to get married by her choice. But this wasn't the case. All the daughters of the Mughal Badshahs or the princesses had the same fate, because it was an unwritten rule that the Mughal princesses were not married to anybody. In the first place, they preferred to keep them unmarried for the life, and if they got married, then it would be for some unavoidable political reasons only. No Mughal historian has ever mentioned it in any document, but it is said that Badshah Akbar started this custom of keeping their daughters single. The reason for this was personal for Akbar, as Akbar's brother-in-law Sharifuddin Mirza, who was husband of Akbar's elder sister Bakshi Bano, always considered himself as the most eligible Badshah of India. Sharifuddin even tried to kill Akbar to snatch the throne of Delhi. Luckily, Akbar saved himself from this attack, and later he killed Sharifuddin Mirza under the feet of elephant. But here Akbar learned a lesson that whenever the Mughal princesses will be married, their husbands and children will pose a possible threat to the heirs of the Mughal dynasty because they will carry the same bloodline. So Akbar's daughters Aram Bano, Sultan Bano Begum and Zainab Bano Begum didn't get married and remained single all their life. The same custom was carried forward by his son Jahangir, whose two daughters named Daulat Banu Begum and Sultan Unnisa Begum remained single all their life. Jahanara, Roshanara and Goharara were the daughters of Badshah Shah Jahan, who was the son of Jahangir. All these daughters of Badshah Shah Jahan remained unmarried all their life. As we say, Shah Jahan is someone who has set an example of true love. But there was no equality when it came to his daughters. Love was no choice for Shah Jahan's daughters. We have already told you the story of the tragic end of the love story of Jahanara. His daughter Roshanara had many illicit relationships all her life. So she found herself into many scandals. She had got a bad name to the Mughal dynasty, and for the same reasons her brother Aurangzeb killed Roshanara by giving her poison because she had become an unbearable liability to him. Aurangzeb was the sixth ruler in the Mughal dynasty starting from Babur. Aurangzeb's two daughters Zebun-Nisa and Zinatun-Nisa remained unmarried. His daughter Zebun-Nisa was a poet and she was a great artist of her times. She wrote poetry by name Makhfi. She also had few relationships in her life which caused her to be behind the bars for a long time. All the Mughal rulers from Babur to Aurangzeb had many wives, concubines and slave girls in their harems. They considered it necessary to have as many women as possible in their harem for different reasons. But they never allowed their daughters and princesses the same freedom. And this was done strictly to save their throne from probable claimants from their daughter's bloodline. But this gave rise to many scandals, which these rulers dealt with the iron fist. But the later Mughals could not stop these scandals and debaucheries. There are indeed some Mughal princesses who got married, but those marriages are within themselves. Like Dara Shuko's daughter was married to Aurangzeb's son, Akbar's daughter from another wife was married to his own son Jahangir. This was done in all generations of Mughals. So this was the history of a secret custom amongst the Mughals which barred the princesses and daughters of the Mughals from getting married. If you have any questions regarding this topic, ask them in comments. I will definitely try to answer all of them. If you like this video or any part of this video, or you got any new information from this video, make sure that you hit that like button, Subscribe to this channel so that you will keep getting such interesting stories in future. Thank you so much for listening to this end. Jai Hind.